Hey guys, what's up? It is Heather Grant, and I am so happy to be with you today and to be teaching you a little bit about doTERRA's 30-day cleanse and restore. Basically, how you can cleanse and detox your body using essential oils and natural products. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. That's what I'm going to be talking about, and I am going to start by screen sharing with you. So give me 2 seconds, and I will pull my slides up. But I'm so happy. The cleanse is something that I do several times a year. I usually do it, well, I actually always do it January 1st to January 31st, and then several times throughout the year. So I usually do it once in the spring. Usually 2 to 3 times a year is what you want to do. And I wanted to share with you about what this cleanse is not, because I think there is a lot of myths about the doTERRA cleanse. A lot of the questions I get asked is, am I going to feel gross? Am I going to have diarrhea? Do I need to stay close to a bathroom? Am I limited on certain foods that I can eat or certain things that I can use? Do I have to cut back on sugar or coffee or all of those types of things? And so I wanted to just kind of dispel those myths and let you know what it is not. It is not a food restriction. There are not diet restrictions. This is not a fad. This is basically just simple essential oils and natural products that you can use to really jumpstart or restart your body, because we all get sluggish from time to time. We all have toxic buildup, right? No matter how good we eat, there are petrochemicals in our water and in the air we breathe, and just we experience a lot of toxic buildup in the world that we live in. And so what ends up happening is we end up toxic loaded, which can lead to a whole, pyramid of problems, right? It's linked to things like a weakened immune system. We have a hard time maybe losing weight, right? We hit that weight where we plateau and we can't lose more weight, even though we know we still need to. It leads to things like depression. Just anytime you have toxins in your body and it's not functioning like it should, it can lead to a lot of issues and a lot of problems with our bodies. And so why we cleanse? Because it takes care of that, right? It gets rid of that nasty, sluggish feeling that we have. For me, I will tell you personally, one of the reasons that I cleanse is for my skin. So if I don't cleanse and I go longer than I should without cleansing, then I end up very acne prone. I have very acne prone skin. And so I've noticed for me personally that when my skin starts to have more acne, or I start to be more acne prone, that if I'll do the cleanse, that my skin clears up. And it's just a sign that my liver and my kidneys and my cleansing organs are functioning like they should. And so that is, for me, is one of the main reasons I cleanse. And then also I feel better. My weight is healthier. I feel like I have more energy. So those are some of the reasons that I cleanse. I know that each of you are dealing with your own things. A lot of you are dealing with pain. Some of you maybe are dealing with asthma, or you have a hard time breathing. Just all of these things can be benefited when we participate in a cleanse. Now, I know many of you have seen this before. We call this the health pyramid, right? And I just hope that each of you understand that as you're doing this cleanse, that there is so much more to your health than a simple cleanse, that you have to be doing all of the steps in order to feel good. You have to be eating right. You have to be exercising. It was really interesting. I was talking to a lady one time. She came to me, and her main health concern was that she wanted to lose weight. That was her number one health concern. That was her number one health goal. And so I remember sitting with her in her living room and talking over her weight loss goals and her health goals and her plan. And so whenever I'm talking to someone, I ask really great questions about what they're doing, what they're putting in their body, what their life looks like, so that I can get an overall picture of what's going on, so that I know what to recommend and what to help them with. And one of the things that we talked about that day was I asked her about her eating habits, and I asked her what she was eating. And she confessed to me, it was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and she confessed to me that the only thing that she had to eat that day was a Diet Coke and some Cheetos. That was it. That is what she had eaten. And she was looking for an essential oil that would solve all of her problems. She was looking for a pill to help her lose weight. Now, let me just tell you that there was nothing that I could do that day to help that lady, other than to tell her that she needed to improve her eating habits, right? If you are someone who you're eating like crap, you're never exercising, you're not watching your toxic load, then no amount of oils, there's no magic pill or formula out there. You have to be doing the steps, right? If you want the blessing, you have to obey the law. And the law is that in order to feel good, in order to be healthy, you have to be doing those things. Essential oils, natural products to detox your body, they're such a small portion of that overall health pyramid. So just wanted you to understand that. Also to understand that our health and toxins is more than just about what we're eating. It's about what we're breathing. It's about the products and the things that we're putting on our body. And being very, very aware that the products that we use on a regular basis, a lot of them are full of toxins and chemicals of all sorts. One of the times in the day when we get the most toxins and the most toxic buildup in our bodies is actually when we shower. So think about it. You get in the shower. If you're like me, you turn the water on hot, you open up all of your pores, and then a lot of people proceed to dump shampoos, conditioners, shaving gels, deodorants, toothpaste, all of these chemicals on their body, and they're toxic loading their body at a time when they're supposed to be cleaning their body, right? When you shower, you're trying to clean your body, and instead they're toxic loading. So just be aware that everything from the sunscreen you use to the bug repellent that you're using to the laundry detergent, the lotion that you're putting on your hands, the makeup that you're using on your face, those things matter, and those things can lead to toxic buildup. And so we need to be very, very aware of the products that we're using in your home. Also, just as some references so that you know what to use as far as what oils to use as you're dealing with certain health concern, or if you have an oil and you're not sure how to use it, these are some great references. My favorite reference of all of them is the Modern Essentials Plus app. It's a newer app that hasn't been out that long. But basically I use that app every single day. When someone says, what essential oil do I use for a cold or a cough or a sore throat? I use my app. It makes me seem super smart, way smarter than I really am. But I don't remember all of these things. Somebody asks me a random thing like, what are the ways to use cedarwood essential oil? I can name you a couple of ways, but I can't name you all of the ways. And so being able to have an app is really, really helpful to be able to know how to use essential oils, how much, how often, safety precautions, all of that. So make sure that you have the resources to know how to use the oils that you have. Now, from the very, very big get-go, I want to talk about foundational health, right? Eating right and making sure that we have the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients that our bodies need. And for me, this is the Lifelong Vitality Complex. This is doTERRA's multivitamins. Basically, there's three things. There is the Alpha CRS, which is cellular health and energy. There's the Z omegas, which are really your omega-3s. It's your brain health, your mood, immune system, and then your Microplex Microplex MVP, which is your vitamins, your minerals, and your nutrients, okay? And I wanted to talk about this because these are some supplements that you should be taking all of the time. Whether you're doing a cleanse or you're not doing a cleanse, you want to make sure that your body is getting the vitamins, the minerals, and the nutrients they need. And I can promise you that it's not happening from the food that you're getting. Now, the reason for that, even if you eat super, super healthy, even if you're eating organic, is that the world that we live in now, the harsh reality is that a lot of the foods that we grow now are being grown in our country or other countries are being grown in nutrient-deprived soil. Basically, the same crops are being grown in the same soil over and over and over again. And so an apple that you would have eaten on your grandpa's tree 50 years, 100 years ago it had a higher nutritional value than the apple that is grown, that's produced, that you're going to buy in a store. Now, when at all possible, if you can grow your own food, buy from farmers markets, I highly recommend doing those things. But for a lot of us, that just isn't an easy reality most of the time. And so the food that we have, even if you're eating spinach and apples and bananas and all of those types of things, it doesn't have the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients that it did years and years ago. And so we need to supplement. Every single person everywhere should be supplementing their diet. And the reason for that is we really, really do need, and our bodies function better when they have what they need. One of the things that I have found as I'm helping people and coaching people with essential oils is that when you give your body the nutrition that it needs, it takes care of the other problems. So people that come to me who are dealing with depression, anxiety, inflammation, pain, digestive issues, all of these types of problems, a lot of times when we give our bodies the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients that they need, we give our brains those omega-3s, we feel better, and our bodies then have the ability to heal themselves and to function at peak performance. And so just recognize that when you get those vitamins and minerals and nutrients, you do a lot better. So let's talk about this. The slide's a little bit blurry, so I will apologize, but basically this line that you see right here, this white line, this is the area in which our body functions at the optimal level, right? And as you can see, what we get from the average American diet is usually below the average, really. There's only a few things like magnesium that we get enough of. And so all of us have these vitamin, mineral, nutrient deficient diets. We're not getting the things that our body needs, which is what I explained earlier. Now, what happens is when you go to some place like a Costco or a Walmart and you purchase a multivitamin, what you end up with is areas where you're over the recommended amount, the amount that your body functions at its peak performance, and then you end up still very, very deficient in things like vitamin D or vitamin E, where even if you're taking a multivitamin, you're still below the level. So you have that end of the spectrum. Then you have those people who go out and they find, a lot of times there's multi-level marketing companies that sell these very, very expensive high-end multivitamins, and what ends up happening in a lot of cases is you end up with way more than what your body can optimally handle. And what happens is when you put too much of a vitamin in your body, that it toxic loads your body, right? Your body can't utilize that much, for example. And so what ends up happening is your body ends up having to work harder to be able to eliminate that. It just doesn't function well. You guys do not need 2,000, the daily recommended amount of anything. And I am going to kind of climb up on a soapbox here, because I feel like a lot of times when people get sick, they will dump a lot of vitamins and minerals and nutrients into their diet. And what ends up happening is when you're sick, when your body doesn't feel good, it's then having to work extra hard to eliminate all of the stuff that it doesn't need. Now, are there times when you can feel yourself getting sick that you want to up your vitamin C intake? Yes, absolutely. But most of the time what I see happening is people that do too much. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, and they're literally toxic loading your system. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. Now, what doTERRA has done is a little bit of brilliance, in my personal opinion, because they've taken what the average American diet is, and they've seen where all of the deficiencies are, and they've made it so that the lifelong vitality complex is formulated to meet those deficiencies so that we function at the peak performance. So our body gets the optimal level of all of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients they need. Now, to add brilliance upon brilliance, something that's very unique to doTERRA is that they do this depending on what country you live in. The actual daily nutrient pack ingredients is completely different, which makes perfect sense because the people in Japan are getting way more vitamins in certain areas than I am, right? They're eating more fish, more rice, and they're getting a lot less of different things. And so what doTERRA has done is unique to the country you live in. If you live in Mexico or Japan or China or the United States, your daily nutrient pack, that lifelong vitality complex, is formulated specifically for the country that you live in and the diet that you're eating. So I love that doTERRA does this. I love that they're meeting the needs of every single country, of every single diet, because every single country's diet is completely unique and completely different in the vitamins and minerals that they're getting, and also the things that they're deficient in. So really cool that they do that. Terrazymes is something that I also recommend taking all of the time. Now, basically the Terrazymes is a digestive enzyme, comes from a whole food source, and basically helps your body to not only to break down and process your food, but also to absorb the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients that your body needs. So basically helps you to absorb the vitamins and also helps to break down the food. Now, if you're eating a spinach salad, lots of leafy greens, then those types of foods, whole foods, live foods, they have digestive enzymes. So they're already in them, right? They're a live food, so it has digestive enzymes in it. It's really, really easy for your body to break down and process. However, if you're eating processed foods, things like pizza or steak, right? Those don't have digestive enzymes in them. They're processed, and so your body doesn't have what it needs to be able to break down those foods and process them. So especially if you're someone who you deal with digestive issues, I highly recommend taking Terrazymes to be able to aid in your digestion and your mineral absorption. Something else that I recommend doing all of the time is, and I actually have my water bottle right here, is adding a citrus oil to your water. Now you want to do it in a glass or stainless steel bottle, but adding a citrus oil to your body can help your body to break down petrochemicals. What I see happening specifically with people that are trying to lose weight is that they hit that that weight, that it's not their ideal weight, but they're stuck. They can't go down anymore. And basically it's because your body is holding on to those, that your fat cells are holding on to those toxins that are in your body. So what ends up happening is we have these awesome fat cells in our body. Some might not call them awesome, but they really are awesome because they're designed to protect our bodies. And those fat cells surround our toxins, okay? And then they hold on to them and they don't let them go. And it's a good thing that they don't let them go, because we don't want toxins in things like our brain and our heart. It could cause a lot of issues. So those fat cells really do have an amazing job. They really are doing what they're supposed to do. But when we're talking about losing weight, we want those toxins out of our body. And so what happens is when you add a citrus oil like lemon or grapefruit or lime or wild orange to your water. It basically just helps your body, it helps your fat cells to release those petrochemicals and for them to be flushed from your system. And so a lot of times when someone's trying to lose weight, something simple like adding a citrus oil to their water is super powerful in helping those fat cells to release those toxins and for them to be able to kind of get past that little stubborn spot where they get stuck at. Now, one of the things that you want to do when you're cleansing and detoxing your body is you want to support your cleansing organs. So the Zendocrine Detoxification Blend is a blend that's designed to support your liver and all of your detoxifying body systems. Now, the oil and the soft gels are the exact same formula. For one, I do better with the oil. So I really like using the oil in a detox bath, or I rub it on the bottoms of my feet. You can also take it internally in the soft gel form, but basically you're just supporting your cleansing organs. And the entire 30 days that you're doing a cleanse, you want to support those cleansing organs. They're going to be working on overdrive to be able to rid your body of nasty chemicals and slug. And so we want to be able to support them. So all 30 days of the cleanse, you're using that. Now, this is the Zendocrine complex. Now, don't confuse these. So this is the Zendocrine oil or soft gels. This is formulated to support your cleansing organs. The Zendocrine complex is formulated to detox your cleansing organs. So support, cleanse. I know it's a little bit confusing. I wish they would have named them different things, but basically the oil and the soft gels support, these actually detox. So before we detox our system, we want to make sure that our liver, our kidneys, our colon, our skin, it's functioning at peak performance. And we do that by using the Zendocrine complex. The very first part of the cleanse, the first 10 days of the cleanse, you are detoxing your cleansing organs so that they are functioning at their very, very best, most optimal level. So we want to cleanse our cleansing organs first. So the very first day of doTERRA's cleanse, you're cleaning your cleansing organs and making sure that they're cleansed. You can also do things like I mentioned earlier where you're doing a detox bath, getting the water hot, adding things like Epsom salt and different essential oils to be able to detox. So there's some different things like that that you can do as well. But basically, you really want to be upping your water intake during this time and just supporting your body so that those cleansing organs can function at their very, very best. Now, after our cleansing organs are functioning, that's when we can detox the rest of our body. So after those first 10 days and you've used the Zendocrine complex, that's when you start the GX Assist. And the GX Assist is literally a detox for your digestive system, for your colon. And basically it cleans out all of the junk everywhere in your digestive tract. And you're going to take this for 10 days, these little soft gels. And they have things like oregano and thyme and summer savory and all of these amazing oils that are going to detox and clean your digestive system, okay? Now, the very first time that I ever took the GX Assist, the very first day that I took it, I felt a little bit icky. And by icky, I mean I kind of went, oh, like my stomach doesn't really feel that great. Almost like if you eat something that kind of is bad for you, like almost right before you get food poisoning or something like that. I just kind of felt like I had a little bit of an upset stomach. Now, I never ever experienced it any other time, but the very first time that I did the cleanse, I had never done a cleanse before. I was loaded with toxins. The very first day, I just kind of felt gross. Like, oh, I just kind of feel like I have an upset stomach. Only lasted for a couple of hours. It's the only time I've ever experienced it, but I've had other people say that has happened to them as well. Not everyone experiences this. Most people don't, but there's a couple people that do. I am one of those unfortunate souls who just kind of felt like, oh, I kind of just feel gross. I still carried on, still worked full time, still took care of my family. I wasn't like on the couch sick or anything, but I just kind of felt gross. Like, oh, I kind of feel gross. And I could tell that my body was literally detoxing. And you're going to take the GX Assist for 10 days. It does not cause constipation or diarrhea or anything like that. But it basically is going to detox your colon in a very, very friendly, very gentle way. Now, after we've cleansed our cleansing organs, after we've detoxed and gotten rid of all of the junk in our body, the very last 10 days of the cleanse is when we really replenish our body. And we do that by adding a probiotic, okay? I love doTERRA's PB Assist. It's double capsuled, special formulated capsules. That puts the probiotic directly in your large and small intestine. So some of the probiotic opens up into your stomach because you want that good bacteria, that good microflora in your stomach, but we also want it all the way through our digestive tract. And what ends up happening with regular probiotics that are over the counter that you might take is that your stomach acid, which is very, very harsh, can kill a lot of that off. And so having that double capsule ensures that some of it is opening in your stomach and that some of it is opening down in your your upper and lower intestines, because that's a really important place for that good microflora, that good bacteria to be in. And so we really want to make sure that we're adding that good bacteria into our system. I also love the PBSS Juniors. For those that have had the candy, the pixie stick candies, they taste exactly like that. I actually have to hide them from my kids because they're just really, really yummy. And so I actually add both. I love both in my diet. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, I'm pregnant or I'm nursing, can I do the cleanse? The answer is absolutely yes, you can, but there's a few products that you want to avoid. So when you are doing the cleanse, you don't want to use the GX Assist. The reason for that is it's just a little bit harsh and it's getting rid of the nasty stuff in your body, and we don't want any of that nasty stuff going then to your unborn child or for a nursing mom to be secreted in your breast milk. So please still take the Lifelong Vitality. Absolutely use Terrazymes. In fact, my testimony of Terrazymes came when I was pregnant with my last daughter, Cambry. I kept getting horrible heartburn, and one of my friends recommended Terrazyme. And once I took Terrazymes and had that extra support breaking down and processing my food, I actually never experienced heartburn again the rest of my pregnancy. So I am a huge advocate of Terrazymes for pregnant moms. Absolutely support your cleansing organs. Absolutely use probiotics. There is a ton of research out there on moms that are pregnant and nursing moms that are using probiotics and the benefit that your baby gets from that. So absolutely still use that. Just know that GX Assist should be done when you are not nursing or not pregnant. And then also kids. Can kids do the cleanse? Absolutely. Now, for doTERRA's cleanse, where you're actually taking oils internally, using the things like GX Assist and Zendocrine, I recommend around the age of 12 is when I start to do that internal complex. Those oils internally as far as cleansing. Obviously, I do oils internally for my kids younger than that, but when we're talking about cleansing, usually around that 12 to 14 age, for me, I found is really, really perfect. But there's other things that you can do. Mixing these essential oils in a roller bottle, rubbing them on the bottom of their feet are all things that you can do for your children to help them cleanse and detox, because their little bodies get toxic loaded just like ours do. Now I want to talk about additional cleanse options, because that is doTERRA's basic cleanse, right? You're using the Zendocrine, the GX Assist, and the PBSS. And those are kind of the 3 steps, 10 days, 10 days, and 10 days. It's really simple. It's really easy to do. But then there are a lot of you who are looking for additional support. You're looking for more weight loss. You're looking for emotional cleansing. And so I wanted to talk about some of my favorite additional products that can be a supportive. So one of the things that I see the most with people that are dealing with problems is digestive. A lot of people that reach out to me through Facebook, through my YouTube channel, they're dealing with digestive issues. If you have digestive issues, I highly recommend doing the cleanse. And then once you're done with the cleanse, you've added those probiotics, then that's when I would supplement your digestive system with things like the Digest-N tablets, the Digest-N soft gels. It's so funny, but of all of doTERRA's products, these stupid little awesome soft gels, they're like 18 bucks, have literally changed more people's lives than I can even count. I have helped people come to doTERRA. I have helped people gain a testimony of oils more through these cute little Digest-N soft gels than any other product besides the Lifelong Vitality Complex. They're just an amazing digestive support, and people who have been on all sorts of prescription medications, have had all sorts of autoimmune diseases, and all of these things where they've had issues with their digestion have been solved through these cute little digestive soft gels. So I have a huge respect for those. I've seen them bless a lot of people. For those that are trying to lose weight, I am going to share some things on this video that I have actually never shared anywhere before, and I'm really, really excited about. So Slim and Sassy is one of those products that is the metabolic blend. And I highly recommend that if you are someone who you're trying to do weight loss, that after you have done the cleanse, that you add these Slim and Sassy products into your diet. Now, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, can I do the cleanse and at the same time be doing Slim and Sassy or DDR Prime or all of these other products that I'm going to be talking to you about weight loss? The answer is yes, you can. I don't recommend it personally. I just feel like our health is more than just like a 30-day thing. And so use those 30 days to cleanse and focusing on cleansing your body. If you still have additional weight loss goals, then after that cleanse, that's when I would add in Slim and Sassy, a couple of products that I haven't talked about before that I'm really excited to talk about, the DDR Prime, those types of things. So once you've done that cleanse, then that's when I recommend adding those additional products and supplements for weight loss and things like that. But really, I hate to see people take a whole handful of pills when they're on the cleanse. I think it's very overwhelming to people, and I think it's just kind of a lot for our bodies to handle. So focus on your detox, do the 30-day cleanse, and then add in these other awesome products like Slim and Sassy, the shakes. For me, I love the gum. I have found for me personally, because doTERRA's Slim and Sassy is the metabolic blend, because it helps to balance blood sugar levels, that for me, and this is just me, between the hours of about 8 and 10 o'clock p.m. is when I crave junk. That's when I'm like, where's the barbecue chips? Where's the peanut M&Ms? Hand me some ice cream. Like, that is when I am more prone to junk food. Now, for you, it might be between 2 and 3 in the afternoon or the morning time. Everybody is so different. But for me personally, I found that that's when I turn to junk food. And so if I will literally grab just one of those pieces of that Slim and Sassy gum and I will chew on it, and I'll grab my water bottle and flood my system with water, I only really need to chew that gum for about 10 minutes, and that gets rid of whatever sugar craving, potato chip craving that I have at the moment. So I really love that as a support for weight loss. These are the products that I am the most excited to talk about out of this entire cleanse and everything that I've shared with you today. I'm really, really excited to talk to you about the turmeric dual chamber capsules and the Yarrow Palm Cellular Beauty Complex. The reason for that is because in the last year, these are the two products that have made the biggest difference in my life as far as weight loss. Now, it happened by accident. I went to doTERRA's convention. I bought one of the kits. Both of these products came in doTERRA's convention kit last year. And I brought them home and I started to take them. And I took one in the morning and one at night. So every morning I was, in addition to my lifelong vitality supplements and my Terrazymes, I started to take turmeric and Yarrow Palm. And I actually didn't do it with a goal in mind. I was just like, oh, I learned a lot of stuff at convention. These are really good for you. I knew that turmeric was really good for pain, inflammation, obviously boost your immune system, all of the things that you know turmeric is good for, right? Your heart, your brain, all of these types of things. I was really excited about that. I literally just added it to my diet because I recognized all of the health benefits that I'd been taught at convention. The Yarrow Palm is really specifically formulated for collagen production in our skin. It's an anti-wrinkle formula. It's for blood purification, purifying our blood. So I took these, and that was my only goal, was I knew that they had benefits as far as blood purifying and inflammation and all of the great things that Yarrow Palm and turmeric do. I had no idea when I began taking these two supplements and adding them to my lifelong vitality complex that I would lose weight. You guys, in 2.5 months, just from doing this alone, I didn't change my diet. I didn't exercise more or less. I didn't do anything different other than add these two supplements to my diet. I lost nearly 10 pounds. I think I lost like 9.5. I didn't quite hit the 10 mark. Now, 10 pounds, 9 pounds in 2 months might not seem like a lot to you guys, but I will tell you, I don't know if you can tell from looking at me, I do not weigh very much in the first place. And I have been trying to lose those 10 pounds since I had my last daughter, Cambry. Now, Cambry is 6, almost 7, and I've literally been trying for almost 7 years to get that last 10 pounds, that last baby weight off so that I could get to my ideal weight. And I honestly, because it's been 7 years, I just kind of had accepted the fact that that was never going to happen. I had kind of found that peak spot where I was at, and I fluctuate within 5-ish pounds if I'd done the cleanse, if I'd been eating good or exercising. But I honestly didn't think that I would ever lose that last 10 pounds, and I am happy to say that I have. Then there was the holidays, and I added a couple pounds on again, so I've gone back to, I'm still taking the supplements. I've started to eat back to my normal healthy stuff, not so much junk. You guys, I honestly, I cannot say enough good about turmeric and Yarrow Palm. So add these to your diet if you are trying to lose weight. Now, go ahead and do the cleanse, do it separately, but once the cleanse is done, if you still have weight to lose, I highly recommend adding the Lifelong Vitality supplements with the turmeric and the Yarrow Palm together, 1 capsule in the morning, 1 capsule at night for weight loss. I saw amazing results. Like I said, I was completely shocked. I did not know that that was going to happen when I started taking these, but has been a huge blessing to my life. I can fit into my jeans very comfortably again. So super, super grateful for those. If you don't have those, I highly recommend ordering them and adding them to your diet. DDR Prime. So I wanted to talk a little bit about your cellular health. We live in a world where we really need to pay attention to the oxidation things that are happening with our cells. We have cells that are not dying off, that are mutated, that are leading to things like tumors and cancer, and you guys know the story, okay? What DDR Prime does is it actually causes apoptosis or cellular death in our body. And the first time I heard about apoptosis, I was like, cellular death, that sounds like a bad thing. It's actually not. It's actually a very good thing. Basically, it helps our old dying off mutated cells that are not doing good to then die off, right? It causes those mutated cells that refuse to die off so that new healthy cells can take their place. It basically just supports our healthy cellular response. And so if you're someone who types of things like cancer and tumors and things like that run in your family, you could do this to support your cellular system after you have taken the cleanse and done the cleanse. Once again, I don't recommend doing them at the same time. You can, I just recommend doing that after you've done the cleanse. But being able to do a healthy, basically a cellular cleanse and supporting your cellular response is super huge. Also recognizing that emotions play a huge role in our physical health. One of the things that I have personally seen is that people who have a lot of emotional baggage often have a hard time losing weight. And what I found by coaching a lot of people is that when they start to take care of their anger, forgiveness issues, past abuse and things like that, when there's things that they're carrying that are emotionally heavy, that tends to affect their physical heaviness. And when they can start to let go of some negative emotions and things and kind of work through and begin to heal on an emotional, spiritual level, that can also help to aid in weight loss and can just help you to be more happy overall. And so just recognize that doTERRA has a whole line of essential oils that are specifically formulated to support your mood and your emotion. If you're someone who you deal with panic attacks and anxiety and depression and those types of things, there is a whole group of essential oils that can help support you to have very, very healthy mood management and emotions. I actually have a whole class that's specifically on mood management and essential oils to support your emotions. You can check that out as well. Then last but not least, I love the aroma touch technique. This is a technique that can also help in detoxing. Basically, if you want more information on this, you can go to aromatouchtechnique.com. But it is an oil application similar to a massage that you're using these essential oils to help with things like immune support, stress management, a healthy immune response, those types of things that can help to also get rid of toxins and things like that in our body. So go to that website if you want to learn more about that. Now, as we're doing the cleanse, there's not a specific diet that you have to adhere to. It's not eat a granola bar for breakfast and a salad for lunch and a lean protein for dinner. There's no health guidelines or dietary guidelines as you're doing the cleanse other than to take that and to increase your water. But if you want to up-level your results, if you want to have a better experience, I highly recommend doing these types of things. I highly recommend adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet, decreasing the amount of meat or processed foods that you're eating. Add some exercise, be careful of the toxins you're putting in your body. So all of these things can really just help you to up-level your results. It depends on what level you want to play at, right? All of us, as we get ready to do the cleanse, you get to choose in at what level you're gonna play at. Are you gonna do the bare minimum? Are you gonna go all out and really add, healthy juices and smoothies and things to that detox? Are you just gonna do the standard? And everybody's at a different level, right? There are times that I have done the cleanse where I have gone all in. I have done 30 days no sugar. I have added the leafy greens. I have done no meat before for a certain period of time and done like a vegan type of a vegetarian type of a diet. And then there's times when I am barely keeping my head above the water and it's all I can do to remember to drink lots of water when I'm popping the Zendocrine as I'm out the door taking my kids to school or whatever it is. So there's times when I've played at a very high level and I really up-leveled my results. There's times when I just barely am lucky if I can remember what to take when. So play at the level that you're comfortable with. You're going to know where that's at. Also recognize that the battle on what you eat, it happens at the grocery store. If you buy a bag of Snickers at the grocery store, you're going to eat that bag of Snickers. That is just common sense. If you buy a bag of carrots, then when you're hungry and you've got the munchies, you're a lot more likely to grab that bag of carrots. So make sure that when you go to the grocery store, you are at the peak of your game. Don't go at the end of the day. Don't go when you're tired. Don't go when you have no willpower. Go when you're in your very best, highest energy, your very best self, and you're going to have a lot better experience. So when you go to the grocery store and you win at the grocery store and you're buying lots of healthy foods at the grocery store, you're just going to have a healthy overall experience. If you don't, you won't. So make sure that you're in a really, really good place. Now, this is really the things that you need to be able to do this cleanse, to be able to start with. I have a cost breakdown for you here on what that cost looks like, what it's going to cost to be able to participate. Usually, if you get everything that you need, including the Lifelong Vitality supplements, the Terrazymes, the probiotics, the citrus oils for your water, all of those types of things, you're going to run at about $200-ish, okay? A little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the tax or the price of, I know the lemon price just changed, things like that. You're going to run at about $200 to be able to do this 30-day cleanse. If you're on a budget, we've all been there at one point or another where we're on a tight budget. you can actually use the loyalty rewards program to be able to get part of the things now, part of the things later, which is something that I do quite often. So I'll give you an example. I just barely finished with this cleanse because I usually don't teach about it until I've done it myself. So I actually just barely completed the cleanse. On one of my orders, I did extra Terrazymes because I take extra Terrazymes when I'm doing the cleanse, and I did the Zendocrine. As soon as it came back in stock, I ordered the Zendocrine and did that. And then in the order that I did after that is when I ordered things like the GX Assist and PB Assist. So just know that you can break it up. You don't have to buy all of that at once. You can start with the supplements and then add those other things, because you're not even going to be taking something like the PB Assist. You're not even going to be using it until day 20 of the cleanse. The GX Assist, you're not using until day 10 of the cleanse. So if you need to break it up over different paychecks and different orders, you are totally welcome to do that. Super, super easy when you're using that loyalty rewards program, which is amazing. So you guys, I came into the essential oil world very skeptical and very much on a very tight budget, and the loyalty rewards program helped me to be able to get those products and things that I needed at the best price. It's the smartest way to order. It's the cheapest way to order. And it allows you to get those points built up. As you're ordering, you're accumulating rewards points that you can then use to cash in for things like GX Assist, right? Or PB Assist or Zendocrine or whatever it is that you need to be able to do the cleanse. So as you're ordering, make sure you always do it through the loyalty rewards program. Now, if you do not already have your own wholesale account, you are brand new, then you can reach out to me and I will help you set up your own wholesale account so that you can get these oils and products in your home at a really good deal. I will let you know about the promotions that are currently going on and things like that so that you can get the best deal on the essential oils. If someone else sent you this video, then please reach out to them for support and help. This is doTERRA's Cleanse and Restore 30-day process to really jumpstart your body. I have noticed huge, huge benefits. For me, it's my skin. My skin is so much more clear when I do the cleanse. I have more energy emotionally. I am way more hormonally balanced. And I just function better. I do better when I have done this cleanse. So I'm excited for you to do it. One other last thing that I want to encourage you to do, well, two things really. If you're not already following me, do that. I am on Facebook and YouTube. It's Heather Grant Wellness. Follow me. You guys, I have tons of tips and tricks for how to use essential oils and natural products in your home and with your family. And then last but not least, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is to participate in different healthy habits challenges. So one of the things that I do every January, from January 1st to January 31st, is I run a healthy habits challenge. It's a Facebook group that you can pay to be a part of. I charge a very, very small fee to be a part of that. And every day you have a different healthy habit challenge. Now, sometimes it's adding fruits and vegetables. Sometimes it's drinking more water. Sometimes it's adding some extra steps to your day. These are all very, very simple daily healthy habits that are going to help you to be healthy overall. You guys, overall health is so much more than just a 30-day cleanse. It's the daily simple steps and things that we do that help us to feel good over time. The game for weight, the game for feeling healthy, the game for energy, all of those games are won by the daily simple steps and things that we do on a regular basis. Those habits that we form, drinking more water, adding more leafy ingredients, those types of things. You guys, thank you so much for following me. Thanks so much for joining me. Please feel free to share this video with anyone who you feel would benefit from this cleanse. I'm super excited to see your experience and hear about your results. So reach out to me through Facebook or YouTube. Let me know how everything's going. Thanks so much for following me, you guys, and have an amazing day. Bye.